I filmed myself teaching a lesson and I wanted to see what I look like teaching. Let's see. I've got nothing to lose. Hi, I'm Nicole from Teacher of 20, and here I love to talk about all things classroom organization, student engagement, and teaching hacks to make your life a breeze. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. I upload every Friday at 2 p.m. Also, please hit the like button. It helps the algorithm get this video out to other viewers that may benefit from this content. So a couple of days ago, I filmed myself teaching a lesson and I wanted to kind of sit down and see what I look like teaching. Let's see. I've got nothing to lose. Okay, so right now the students are coming in and it's always a busy time because kids are coming in as other kids are coming out. We switch around. So it's after lunch and kids are coming in, grabbing their backpacks, and then we switch classes. It's always just a very chaotic time because they come from the cafeteria. They are, have been having all this free time, having, social hour. And so getting them back down is truly an art form, just because they're up here and we got to bring them back down, settle in. And then inevitably somebody always forgets something. And so they have to go back to the other classroom, and it's just a time of transition. It's chaos. And then they also just want to talk to the friends in the other class, and if they see each other, or somebody's really eager to come in to my classroom once it's settled to see what they're doing, even though they're supposed to be in the other class. So I'm just trying to praise the children that are doing a good job and staying on task and doing what they're supposed to do. It requires a lot of self control not to chat with your friends. And I just know, because whenever teachers go to a training, you always feel this way. It's like when you're acting as the student, it's like, oh, this is what my students feel like sometimes, the teacher the presenter doesn't let us talk, and here we are, we need to talk, it's important. So I definitely empathize with them, but it is a challenge. If you hear the audio get low, that's a time when I'm calling students' names. And so I'll specifically praise certain students for doing what they're supposed to be doing. So during this transition time, I'm still actively monitoring, and I'm still just watching to make sure that everybody is on task. Quickly and quietly. Got the students ready. They're sitting down at the carpet. Everybody's already transitioned and hung up their backpacks. They got their water bottles on their desk or whatever they needed to do. And now everyone's at the carpet, and I start off my block always at the carpet with a little mini lesson. I'm explaining what we're going to do today. This particular lesson is on composing and decomposing fractions. I'm showing them what we're going to do at the teacher table. So I've got 4 centers. It's the listening center, where they just listen to stories in Spanish. The game center, which happens at the carpet, and you'll kind of see that a little bit in just a minute. And the game center, I always have 1 or 2 games that are tied to the skill for that lesson. And then my teacher table, which is where I'm doing the instruction or the activity, I'm facilitating the activity. And then the last center is the iPad center, where they log on to a student learning app, and they work on whatever skill we're teaching online on their iPad, independently on their iPad. Right now I'm modeling what we're going to be doing at the teacher table. Como hicimos hace 2 días atrás, esto es lo que vamos a hacer en la mesa de la maestra, con la maestra. ¿Okay? Con la maestra vamos a hacer esto. Ahorita lo voy a hacer yo con ustedes, el primero, para que sepan lo que vamos a hacer. ¿Está bien? Sí. Ok. El primero dice, pizza fue cortada en 5 pedazos. ¿Con cuántos pedazos cortamos la pizza?
5 pedazos.
5 pedazos iguales. La pizzería vendió 12 pedazos. Oh, así que tengo que hacer esto. Voy a dibujar la pizza. ¿Cuántos pedazos?
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Se vendieron 12 pedazos. Así que 5 más 5 más 2. O sea que voy a colorear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. ¿Se acuerdan? Pulgares hacia arriba o pulgares hacia abajo. ¿Se acuerdan de la fracción unitaria? Fracción unitaria, ¿qué número tiene en el numerador? 1. Así que, ¿qué fracción unitaria sería esta pizza? Si como un pedazo de esto, un quinto es la fracción unitaria de esta pizza porque hay 5 pedazos. Escribe una ecuación para representar cuánta pizza se vendió. Pues, ¿cuántos pedazos vendimos?
12.
12. Pero solo habían... No, porque solo habían 5 pedazos en cada pizza. ¿Te acuerdas de la fracción impropia?
Sí.
¿Por qué el denominador es 5? ¿Por qué? Porque
Cada pizza es 5
pedazos. Muy bien, así que vamos a escribir una ecuación unitaria. ¿Cómo se escribiría? Un quinto
Más un quinto, más un quinto, más un quinto, más un quinto.
12 veces, ¿verdad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 veces. ¿Cuántas pizzas enteras se vendieron? ¿Cuántas pizzas enteras? 2 enteras. Escribe la cantidad total de pizza como número mixto. ¿Se acuerdan del número mixto? Fracción impropia, número mixto. Sure. 2 y 2 sobre 5. Miren bien esto. Esto es lo que vamos a hacer en la mesa de la maestra. ¿En dónde va a estar la mesa de la maestra?
Aquí.
Ok. ¿Y se acuerdan cómo separamos las fracciones? Ahora tengo fracciones que pueden usar con esta lección. Pero les digo más sobre eso ahorita. Okay, so now I've done my little spiel. I've explained what we're doing, and now I'm transitioning to my slide that I have up when I'm doing centers. And so students rotate throughout the centers, and I always like start off with like their names. I'll put up what the actual slide looks like without the names up here, because I don't want to like show student names on YouTube. But this is kind of what my slide looks like. And now we're transitioning, and transitions are a huge challenge for me, transitioning from one area to the next. Sometimes I just like to do where they have tasks, but they all have to do them like just at their desks. Sometimes I do centers just to break it up. Sometimes they start misbehaving during center, so I just like shut it down and I just have them do like it at their desk, and I don't necessarily make that a natural consequence. Like I don't specifically point that out to them that I'm, you're not behaving, so I took this away from you. No, I don't do that, because I found that that's not really motivating for them anyway. Like for them to do centers, that's not like a motivating thing all the time. If they're misbehaving in centers, they're probably kind of sick of centers and they just need something different. And so I switch it up like that. And it's not like a natural consequence of something that I took away. It's just kind of me knowing, hey, they're kind of bored. They need to change up the routine. And so Sometimes I'll go like a week or two without doing centers, and then once I'm like, okay, now we're doing centers, and they'll get excited. And so it's just a matter of switching things up every now and again to keep it interesting. So now we've transitioned into the teacher table. So one thing that I wanted to say about transitions is if you do struggle with that, which I did as a first year and second year teacher, I'm sure there's people on here that do as well. So one thing that I found that helps with transitions is just kind of rewarding students when they're doing a good job, individually calling them out, which you did see here that I do, and then also to ensure that the whole class is working together to transition smoothly. I implemented a system where they all work together. If they transition smoothly, they get a star, and then at the end of after they get 5 stars, which they get 5 stars for that day. Then I award them a letter which spells out class compliment. When they finish those words, they get a compliment party of their choosing. And that, I think I mentioned that in my classroom management video, which I'll put a card up above if you're interested in learning a little bit more about classroom management. I struggled with classroom management at the beginning, so I found that just implementing those systems really helped my classrooms run more smoothly.
Okay. Miren bien este ejemplo, porque lo voy a... Mírenlo bien. ¿En dónde está el centro de escuchar? ¿Centro de escuchar? ¿Quién es la persona que va a presionar el botón? Stay with me, please. Stay with me. En el centro del iPad. ¿En dónde te sientas cuando vas al iPad? Aquí. ¿Dónde te sientas en el iPad? Muy bien. Hoy tenemos 2 tareas de Freckle. ¿Cuántas tareas de Freckle tenemos?
2.
Quiero que hagan estas 2 y luego después pueden hacer happy numbers o Freckle. ¿Ok? Los juegos de matemáticas son giro de fracción y fracción héroe. Fraction spin and fraction hero. ¿Ok? Esos son los 2 juegos que vamos a jugar aquí. Última cosa. En el centro de escuchar, hoy hay 2 historias, así que ustedes van a presionar el botón, van a escuchar el cuento, luego cuando ese cuento termine, vas a buscar el otro cuento que va a estar alistado ahí y le vas a presionar y vas a escuchar el segundo cuento. Hoy hay 2 cuentos, porque son más cortos. Grupo de con la maestra, pónganse de pie y vayan al grupo de la maestra.
So at the teacher table, we're just going over the lesson that I modeled for them at the carpet, and they get to do that same problem, and then they also have 3 other problems that are similar to that one that they do on their own individually while I'm there, you know, monitoring them and helping them if they have questions. And then you'll notice that I go off. Sometimes I have to go off because the kids at the listening center are not on task. So I just kind of use proximity to make sure that they know that I'm watching them. The kids at the carpet, as you can see, are playing. I've got them pixelated, but you can see that they're playing the game that kind of matches this unit. And then my iPad center is off towards the side, and they're doing work related to fractions as well. Now I'm calling them, I'm doing another transition. I had them put their hands on their head because a lot of times kids either still have their headphones on in the listening center and they don't hear me, or they act like they don't hear me and they keep their headphones on. And then the kids at the iPad center really have a hard time transitioning to looking back up at me. They are not able to transition because they're still busy doing their stuff on their iPad. Thanks so much for joining me. If you like this video, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, let me know that as well. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you like this content. Bye-bye.